Hello pipe makers, it's Mason here from Rig Pipes, and today we're going to be talking about one particular way to rusticate pipes. Let's check it out.
Before we get into the nuts and bolts, I want to talk real quickly about the format of this video. I'll do a video at a later time of one pipe from start to finish, and I'll show you the entire process, but it's going to be a little bit too long of a video for right now. This is meant to just be the common mistakes that are made and what are the primary things that you want to look out for when you are rusticating a pipe. So without further ado, the first thing that you're going to need is a pipe, and you're going to need a rustication tool of some kind. You've seen a bunch of different types. You can even use a Dremel, those types of things. The tool itself is irrelevant. I want you to focus more on the principles that I'm going to be talking about of rustication. So the first thing that you're going to want to do, you have your pipe. Before you start rusticating it and digging into it, you're going to want to make sure that the stem shank junction is flush, because you're also, so I don't have this one, so you know I'm a poor demonstrator apparently, I'm sorry. But you want the stem also to be sanded down as close to your final grit as possible, because once you have your pipe rusticated, it's really hard to then sand the stem right here. It's much easier to sand here, to get everything sanded and get the stem the way that it should be, and then rusticate the pipe. You can always go back and make a couple of corrections, but for the most part, you want your stem to be fully sanded before you rusticate. Basically, what you're going to do, and I'll zoom in a little bit, there we go. You're going to take your tool, you're going to apply it to the pipe. So, sorry, I'm doing this around the camera. So you're going to push, and then you're going to twist. So you can see that. Push, twist, and you're just going to go back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. So I'm going to show you a couple of ways that you can mess up a rustication, and a couple of things that you can do where you don't go far enough on a rustication. So the number one thing that I see a lot of guys doing very, very wrong in a rustication, they sit for too long in one spot. So you can see that this is a straight, well, slightly tapered shank, but it has a very nice silhouette. So, by the way, this pipe isn't going out to someone. It's just a demonstration piece. So what I see a lot of the times, what newer pipe makers do when they're learning how to rusticate, and even some like intermediate pipe makers, they just, you know, they don't know how to rusticate. They never learn how to rusticate a pipe, I guess. But so you can see that, you see that right there. We completely destroyed the silhouette of the pipe. Instead of it being flat, like flush across, there is, you see that big gap right there. You do not want that. So if you do this, now that you've, sorry, I'm trying to keep it in focus. Now that you've taken off so much material right there, if you want to save this pipe, you then have to take all of the same, like the same depth of material off all the way around the shank at the very least. That is kind of a headache, kind of a nightmare. So when you are rusticating the shank, when you are rusticating the bowl, let's show you what it looks like just on the side right here. I'll kind of dig into it. Sorry, again, I'm doing this around the camera. So if you stay in one spot for too long, you can kind of see it. So you see on this side, we have this nice line. We have a nice line going all the way around. And then on there, I can even do it more just to demonstrate my point. So we're going to be tearing into it, and boom, we have that right there. So like the same thing, and this isn't a straight surface, but you're going to see how much of a, it's this line, and it's supposed to curve slightly outwards. It's supposed to be convex, slightly bulging, but it ends up being concave, which we don't want. So that's the like the number one mistake that I see pipe makers making with their rustications. They don't keep the silhouette of the pipe. So that's one mistake. Another side mistake is when you are rusticating up here, a lot of the times, you know, you'll be rusticating your pipe, you've spent 8 hours on your pipe, and then boom, you'll nick the stem, right there, like boom, all that 8 hours gone, you know, like, and this pipe, you either have to completely remake the stem, or if you've taken out too much right on the junction, then the whole pipe's just trash. So keep an eye out for that. You definitely don't want to do that. Now let's talk about what you do want when you are rusticating. What you really want, well, I guess we'll go over the wrong way, then we'll talk about the right way. When you look at this pipe, so this is a improperly rusticated pipe. And the reason it's improperly rusticated is because all of this right here, there we go. This looks like a good rustication. This does not. This is because you can still see smooth parts of the pipe. You see that's the smooth part. This surface is not entirely rusticated. Now, you can have a partial rustication, and it can be artistic if you have, you know, rusticated, smooth, however you want to do it. But if you are going to rusticate, you have to rusticate entirely. And if you're going to leave it smooth, it should be left smooth entirely. Every single new pipe maker makes this mistake on their rustications. Every single one. I have not seen a pipe maker who just out of the box, out of the gate, can do this. The rustication is not a complete rustication. So you want to leave no surface unmangled, unscarred, unrusticated in the places that you're rusticating. So what our goal is something a little bit more like this. So, I'm sorry, I'm trying to get the focus right, that way you can see it. And one of the best ways is to compare it with the shadow. As you can see, all of this surface is rusticated. It is 100% rusticated where it's supposed to be rusticated. And if you want like the rim to be smooth, you leave the rim smooth. A couple more examples. And when we're really zoomed in, I might go back over that little section with my rustication tool, just that way I can make sure it's solid. And then these little sideways squirrely guys where this looks like it's just knotted and gnarly. That's what we want. Right here, this looks like I took a tool into, just, you know, dug a tool into a piece of wood. So I don't want that. What I do want is this. So I'll go back over this side with the rustication tool until it looks like this. So I'm not taking off too much material. I'm not applying too much pressure. I just want that nice, I mean, look at that. That's beautiful right there. It looks almost like a reptile skin or an extremely knotty bark of a wood. So that is what we're aiming for. Let me think. I think there was one more thing that I was wanting to talk about. Oh, yeah, that's right. When you are done, let me zoom back out. When you are finished with your rustication, so you've been working on your rustication, right? What you want to do before you stain, before you buff, before you wax, anything like that, you're going to have, I mean, you can see it right here, you are going to have this basically sawdust or little chunks. And those little chunks are really difficult to get out of the block part, out of the pipe. So what you actually want to do, you want to take a wire brush of some kind. This is a steel wire brush. You can also use brass if you'd like. I prefer steel. Now, do not use this on your sandblasted pipes. That will completely destroy the sandblast. That is not what you're doing. What this does, it removes the little chunks of briar, as well as it also adds a uniformity to the rustication. So those are the two key parts. One, it's cleaning it up, but two, it makes it look even more of a uniform rustication. So the way that we brush it is just like it seems. So we'll just go like that. And don't be afraid to brush. You're not going to dig into the wood, but what you're really going to find is, like, for some reason, the more you brush, the better it's going to look. Like, the more natural and uniform the rustication is going to be. So remember that this was still needed to be rusticated a little bit, but I'll show you this side. This side, one of the reasons it looked so good was because I had already brushed it to some extent, but I'll just brush it a little bit more. And it's kind of hard to see in the video, but there's a bunch of dust and things like that are coming off of this. I'll zoom in just one more time. Oops, sorry. And I know this video is getting a little long, so we're gonna finish up soon. But I mean, just look at how good that rustication is. And I'm not at all saying like, oh yay, my rustications are great. Whoops. I'm just saying I don't want that to sound like an arrogant thing. That is just a great rustication. And there are other ways of getting great rustications. There are other tools you can use. With this particular tool, that is an incredible rustication. So, alrighty guys, I think this video has been long enough. And there are some additional things that you can do, but for the most part, that's like the general basic steps of all you need to know how to rusticate, and it just takes a little bit of practice. So the big things are when you are rusticating, don't dig in too much, because you're going to eat away too much material. When you're at very important points, like the shank stem junction, you don't want to nick the stem, and also when you're up here, you don't want to like break off a chunk of the rim. So those are the two big things of like the two major no-nos. On the rustication, make sure you leave no spot unrusticated where you're wanting to rusticate. So right there, it's smooth. We want it to look more like that. So those are the no-nos. That is what you're wanting a rustication to look like. And I could even brush this a little more and make it look even better. But I mean, that's just awesome. That's so cool. Again, not like, not, what is it, like toot my own horn or anything. I'm just saying that, like, it's a cool rustication. All right, like I said, this has gone on long enough, but you got the main points. That's what you should look out for. I'll do a full A, B, C, D, E, F, G step video where I spell out everything for you, but this video has already been long enough. So I'll be right back. I'm gonna be on the other side of this camera in just a couple seconds, and then we can kind of just go over just how awesome this pipe making video was, right? Oh my gosh. Okay, cool. Sweet, I'll be right there.
Alright, pipe makers, I hope you enjoyed that video on the basics of how to rusticate a pipe. If you have any questions or any comments, please leave them down below in the comment section. If you have any feedback, I've been making pipes for a while, but I'm definitely new to these video tutorials. I know that this one might have been a little bit long, but I wanted to get all the information in there. Alrighty guys, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, do all that stuff, and I can't wait to see you for the next one.